Welcome back everyone to the playoffs. We're into round 2 after a very big round 1. So let's strap on in. Grab yourself some Strongbow Dark Fruits Ultra and let's sip on through our predictions. But before we get into that, make sure you subscribe down below, and let's go into our results from last weekend, because obviously we had 3 best of 5s that were very interesting to watch. And I think it's best we go through the results. We predicted 3-2 to Rogue, it was actually 3-1. Day 2 we predicted 3-2 to Fnatic, it was 3-1 to Fnatic. And Vitality beat XL 3-2. And I do believe we got all 3 predictions correct. Happy me, we got all 3. Going into this week though, we've got 3 games. Only 2 though we can predict in this video, so let's jump on it. Let's dive into round number 2. In the lower bracket, it's the revenge tour for Perks, as he takes on G2 with his Vitality squad. Last week, we finally had our team breakdown of Vitality after that big old win against XL, and realistically speaking, Vitality did not wake up into that series until game 3. They were dismantled across the map by XL, whereas G2, they got off to the races very early, but faltered to Fnatic in the second game onwards. And realistically speaking, G2, honestly, I think had a better squad here, and realistically speaking, Vitality have the star power in the names, G2 just have the better performances. And personally, when you look at the matchups, you have to look at the mid lane, Perks versus Caps, 2 historic mid laners going off against each other yet again. It brings you back to the good old days of G2 versus Fnatic in the playoff finals. However, it's coming in early, and it's an elimination battle, and you then realize Caps and Perks want to make finals. I don't think Perks has ever missed a finals in his long storied history. Yeah, because he wasn't on G2 when they lost to the Mad Lions. So yeah, realistically speaking, Vitality need to win this to keep Perks' legacy alive, and I don't think they will. I've gone with a G2 win, 3-2. G2, honestly, they faltered against Fnatic, as Fnatic played their style against G2 to the utmost strength. They couldn't match him in the bot lane, and Humanoid, out of all people, just bullied Flakkid, using the LeBlanc to just pick him off and not allow him to take part in the game, even though G2 were trying to pan down to the bot side to match Upset and Hylissang. It didn't work out, and that's a good thing in this game, because I don't think that Vitality have the same strength in the bot lane to carry. Kazi and Labrov struggled against XL, and it only was the last game where Kazi actually realistically did anything. That being said, Flakkid had a consistently strong performance, and that is where I think G2 is going to pick up the 3-2 victory. And it's finally time for the matchup of the week, Fnatic versus Rogue, as the upper bracket final takes center stage. These 2 teams have had a very dominant spring, and realistically speaking, no one pinned Rogue to be in this position, whereas Fnatic were touted as the super team. You can kind of see how I've pinned this matchup, as the Dark Horses Rogue are taking on the favourites in Fnatic, and realistically speaking, will my prediction follow suit? No, I've gone with a Rogue win, and I kind of feel that Rogue have the number of Fnatic when it comes to best of 5s. Rogue shook things up against Misfits during their first playoff game, and you could see it. And I personally feel that that style that Rogue can bring is so unique. Malrang is a difference maker, and it's what we're going to eventually see as it'll go down to very even lanes across the board. It's just the jungle, I think Rogue have the advantage that is so dominant. He doesn't play for himself, he plays to facilitate. And Fnatic honestly are a bit more selfish with their laners. Honestly, Malrang would be more suited for Fnatic than what Razork is. And that's just being nitpicky. But Rogue, with the style that they bring, with the jungle aggro plays that they can go for, I just think will shut down the Fnatic squad with their textbook plays. Rogue are the textbook squad, and this split, they've shown that it beats everyone. Now, will that transition over into the best of 5 against clearly the strongest opponents for them? It will be hard to tell. It's a 3-2 prediction for me, but I want to see fireworks and blood, and you will be getting the breakdowns with fire, bloodshed, and fireworks, explosions, and all of that jazz. And with that prediction all said and done, we do have the one last game where Misfits take on the winner of Vitality G2. That prediction will be coming out on Twitter, so be sure to check my Twitter at izl33. Once again, I would like to thank Akita-sen on Instagram for the lovely artwork. I do it every week. I've done it for 10 weeks in a row. I've got to keep the trend going. And with that, it's time to bid you all adieu. Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you want to, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.